Fala galera do YouTube, beleza? Amanda de volta com mais vídeo de Genshin Impact. Voltando então com a segunda parte da missão do Arconte, nós iremos nos reunir do capítulo 4, desculpa, capítulo 1, Ato 4. Um apóstolo sem seguidores. Então vamos lá, nós temos a primeira parte, já foi bem misteriosa. A segunda parte promete também, então vamos lá. Nós temos que vir pra cá. Para não correr risco, eu vou recuperar primeiro o sangue da galerinha aqui na estátua. E depois eu sigo pro objetivo ali, senão... Do jeito que o negócio tá tenso aqui, pode ser que... Aí, beleza. Todo mundo com sanguinho em dia. Vamos pra cá. Aqui estamos, vamos ver. Olha lá, tá vendo? Se eu não recupero, ó, se eu não recupero. Olha lá, se eu não recupero, tava lascado, hein, galerinha. Aí, filho da mãe. Menos um aqui. Boa.
Just now. Were they trying to ambush us?
No. They were just digging through these abandoned ruin guards looking for something of value.
Oh, is that so? The Traveler here seems to like doing that a lot too. Looking for chaos devices, chaos circuits, you know, that kind of stuff.
They wouldn't be searching for such ordinary objects. In fact, I was nearby investigating precisely because abyss mages often come out from that ruin to explore. They seem to be searching the remains of ruin guards for a certain valuable object to take back to the ruins. However, they look disappointed, so it would seem they haven't found it yet.
Well then, why didn't you grab one of them just now and ask what they were up to?
I certainly don't mean to be merciful towards these monsters of the abyss. But I have a feeling that their plan with this object is of major importance to the entire Abyss Order. One cannot discover the truth behind it through interrogation. Or rather, these Abyss mages likely fear something else, much more than they do a painful interrogation.
Goosebumps thinking about all this.
All right, we shouldn't waste too much time here. Let's continue our search.
Então bora, né? Vamos ver pra onde a gente tem que ir agora. É perto. Acho que não tem lugar mais fácil pra chegar aqui, não. Vamos daqui mesmo. Opa! Mais, olha lá. Maravilha. Putz, ainda tem um cara ali, tô lascado.
What a time for takeoff.
Devia ter recuperado o sangue antes. Agora lascou. Nossa, caramba! Que isso? É, bem preparado pra cá, hein, galera. O couro come aqui. Ah, tem esse filho da mãe aqui, ó. Ixi, acho que eu vou morrer, galera. Deixa eu fugir aqui. Que eu não vim preparado, não. Pensei que ia ser só um encontrinho, mas não foi, não. Pode. Acho que eu consegui fugir. Bom, agora que eu fugi, vamos voltar para a estátua aqui do Seven e vamos voltar lá. A Shang Ling não recuperou muito bem o sangue dela, hein? Não sei não, acho que vai dar treta isso aqui, viu? Vamos tentar voltar lá. Vamos ver o que vai dar, mas vai ser complicado. Pra cá. Tem que matar os feiticeiros do Abismo, só que tem aquele cara, aquele guarda da ruína lá, bizarro. Puta, ele atrapalha demais esse cara, mano. Tentar atacar ele de longe com o vente, pra ver o que dá, vamos ver.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Ah, o que seria bom aqui é a Mona, né? Eu tenho só matar ele aqui mesmo. Aí não, né? Não tem a oportunidade de bater, o bicho cai. Boa.
Nice and spicy. Time for takeoff. Keep back.
Acho que o robô bugou, cara. Tá dando o mesmo golpe sempre aqui. Beleza, menos um. Agora vamos subir lá. Ele bugou, certeza. Tá dando muito o mesmo golpe. Agora vamos matar esses feiticeiros aqui, fica mais fácil. Nem pro Ben Sleep ajudar, pô.
Besides the Abyss Order, Ruin Guards sure are active around here. Seems wherever we find an Abyss Mage hideout, there's often a bunch of Ruin Guards roaming around too. Is that just a coincidence? Or...
There are no coincidences in the world. Everything is the fruit of seeds planted long ago. Just like your appearance in that tavern. Time is just waiting for those seeds to sprout. Forget it. Just some needless musings. The connection between the Abyss Order and the Ruin Guards is by no means incidental. Rather, they are both branches that have grown out and up from the same roots below.
branches? Roots? What do you mean exactly?
Both originate from an ancient nation that was destroyed 500 years ago. Khaenri'ah.
Huh? Khaenri'ah? Really? The Abyss Order and Ruin Guards are left over from after the destruction of that nation? Oh. Speaking of Khaenri'ah, that's really a super ancient name. Oh, right. As your guide, Paimon should explain a bit here. A long time ago, the nation of Khaenri'ah was... Huh?
Eita.
You have memories of being there. But that nation was destroyed 500 years ago.
Será que é uma viagem no tempo aí?
Is that so? Well, everyone has their secrets. You did not pry into mine, so I shall not pry into yours. But, if you would like to tell me, I will listen. So, the Khaenri'ah you saw, what was it like?
Eita.
So that's the complete story, huh? Paimon thought that you ran into that unknown god first.
I see. So your first memory after coming to this world was being awoken by your sister from within that meteorite.
It seems your sister woke up first. But the question is, how long before you?
And then your sister told you that the destruction of Khaenri'ah plunged the whole world into chaos, and that you two should leave this world called Teyvat?
The destruction of Khaenri'ah? She said that?
That destruction you witnessed, that's history from 500 years ago. It seems the first time you awoke in this world was indeed during that period.
Huh. So your sister must have understood this world better than you did, because she woke up first.
And it was shortly after that that you encountered an unknown god who blocked your path, so you couldn't escape.
Oh, Paimon knows this part really well.
I understand. When you awoke at that time and hurriedly tried to leave for another world, you didn't know anything about Khaenri'ah. But now, since you have come to gain some understanding of Teyvat, you are able to guess that the war you witnessed all those years ago must be the war that ended Khaenri'ah. Am I...
If that's the case, you must have been flipping through all sorts of books during our adventure these past few months. Before going to Mondstadt, you had just looked at some vague materials. Later, we managed to gather a whole bunch of old books from all around Mondstadt and Liyue, but you told Paimon they were useless. So, the whole time you were just trying to learn more about Khaenri'ah so you could find your sister?
Que doideira.
Oh, yeah. You can travel around the 7 nations to find the 7. But where can you go to find a nation that was destroyed 500 years ago?
I probably know more about Khaenri'ah than both of you. Khaenri'ah was a nation without a god. Not because it had a god that died or abandoned them, but because it never had a god to begin with. It was a powerful nation, built purely by humans. An unprecedented, flourishing, and glorious civilization. It was the pride of humankind.
A nation without a god?
Later events unfolded just as you remember. It was all destroyed by gods.
You mean that...
500 years ago, the gods descended upon the world and brought desolation to Canria. The pride of humankind was uprooted and crushed, like a weed removed from the garden of the gods.
How could that be? The history books don't say anything about that.
Yes, well, continuing to discuss the past now will only dampen our spirits. Let's keep moving. I will tell you more of what you want to know as we continue our search.
Temos que mover, vamos lá. Bom, eu não vou vacilar de novo, eu vou me recuperar primeiro. Nem sei se vai dar, né? Eu já usei tantas vezes aqui. Vamos ver.
I'm hungry.
Até que deu. Agora vamos... bom, é bem aqui em cima, eu vou teleportar pra cá. Que eu acho que vai ser mais fácil, vamos ver. Tá vendo? Como fica aqui embaixo, fica melhor vir por aqui mesmo. Ah, tem uns negocinhos que eu não ativei aqui ainda. Vou até marcar aqui no mapa pra eu lembrar depois. Tem aqui um negocinho pra eu ativar. Ó. Pronto, vou deixar marcado aqui. Bora voar pro objetivo. Ixi, eu tô vendo de longe aqui já. Olha lá, mais uma água pra bater.
Over there! It's more ruin guards and abyss mages. Dane was just saying how these ancient machines are from Conria. So, did Conria have a lot of ruins that needed to be guarded?
No. Ruin Guard is the name modern people have given these machines. No one called them that 500 years ago. These Ruin Guards were known as field tillers by the people of Canria.
Field tillers? What a strange name.
It's not like you think. Field Tiller was just a code name. The people of Canria like to give code names to their weapons. The land is not to be tilled with farming tools, but rather is to be fought for with steel and blood. This is how the Field Tiller came about.
Fought for with steel and blood? Well, that's an interesting way of understanding tilling. Paimon doesn't think it's a very positive interpretation.
After the destruction of Canria, these masterless field tillers went completely out of control. They wandered aimlessly over the centuries, gradually spreading to every corner of Tevat. Perhaps resonating with the sorrow of other civilizations lost to time, they found their way to various ruins across the land, where they lie dormant.
That sounds so sad.
Once you understand more, those details won't mean much to you. But no matter their past, all that remains of them now is the danger they pose. So destroy them all.
Lá vamos nós.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire.
Time for takeoff.
Nossa, soltei pra um lugar nada a ver, mano.
Yahoo! Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Eita! Aconteceu aqui. Quase caí, mano. Caramba!
Huh?
Caramba, meu.
My
Saco.
wire is broken.
Nossa.
Disappear.
Vou pegar esse mago do Abismo aqui, cara.
Eat this!
Think you can get away?
Nossa, nada a ver onde eu soltei o negócio aqui.
Booba, get them!
Outro não morreu, cara. Que isso? Meu Deus, o outro não morreu. É só pra me lascar mesmo. Sem comentários. Ah, como é que atravessou? Atravessou a parede, cara.
Disappear.
Eu tô com azar, cara, hoje. Tem que fugir de novo.
Race you!
Penso que matei o bicho não morreu. Hoje tá difícil. Corra pras colinas. Olé!
Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
Keep back.
Falta que ele taca fogo nas coisas, meu.
Keep back.
I taste blood.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
Time for takeoff.
Keep back.
Aí peguei agora eles agora. Vou botar esse mago do Abismo aqui. Agora sim. Tomei várias. Mas tanquei.
Time for takeoff. Yeah. Yeah.
Ué? Faltou dar um tirinho ainda.
Huh? This abyss maze dropped a talisman.
This talisman seems connected to the Abyss Herald. But why would an Abyss Mage be carrying it? Perhaps it really does contain information about their operation.
But Paimon can't read the writing on it.
Engulf the faith of an enemy in flame, and bring glory to Her Highness the Princess.
What? Is that what it says?
Loom of Fate, initial operation. The Abyss, seem to be carrying out a large operation. The keyword here is Loom of Fate. It seems like they are still launching the operation, or rather, are still conducting preliminary tests.
Loom of Fate? What's that? Is it literally a fate-leaving machine? From the horrible feeling Paimon's been getting, those eerie ruins are super likely to be related to this fate-leaving operation. So, Dane, what message does this talisman contain?
I'm reading it now. An ambitious operation. But some parts are difficult to understand.
How so?
In short, the first phase of the plan is related to Osile, Overlord of the Vortex.
The Overlord of the Vortex? You mean that god in the ocean? What do they want with Osile?
I know of your past heroics regarding Dvalin, and I also know of the Abyss Order's role in the Storm Terror incident. Though you may not have been aware of it at the time, you were thwarting an Abyss Order operation similar to this one.
Last time it was Venti's old friend. This time it's a huge ancient god. The Abyss Order keeps setting their sights higher and higher. Will the Abyss Order use their lies and dark magic to corrupt Osile, just as they did Dvalin?
No. From the contents of the talisman, this operation goes one step further. They won't just corrupt Osile's mind. They also plan to use the ancient technology behind the field tillers to completely transform Osile's body.
Is that even possible? So wait, the Abyss Order wants to make some sort of cybernetic squid god of mass destruction?
Very few people today truly understand the civilization of Khaenri'ah. Though of course, the accuracy of that understanding itself is difficult to judge. Only the Abyss Order has consistently sought out the remnants of Khaenri'ah. Despite being far from human, they seek out this lost human civilization quite persistently. The talisman's message states that they will use the defiled statue as a base, attaching Osile's limbs to construct a mechanized god. And the new core that shall replace the orb usually held by the Statue of the Seven is the eye of the very first field tiller.
The eye of the very first field tiller? Oh, Paimon gets it! All those Abyss mages are looking for the special eye, right?
It would seem so.
This whole thing keeps getting more complicated. But basically, it all has to do with that eerie statue of the Seven we saw, right?
Yes. According to the talisman, the eye should be placed in the hands of the defiled statue. thereby imbuing the newly born god with the power to topple the divine thrones of Celestia.
Oh boy, the Abyss Order sure isn't holding back with this plan. Since no one knows where the first field tiller is, how about we take the information about the statue as the starting point for our investigation? Yeah, that tone-deaf bard is too difficult to track down anyway. Let's go to the cathedral first and ask around. Maybe we'll learn something.
The cathedral.
Huh? What's the matter, Dane?
Nothing. Let's get moving.
É, galera, mais um aí. Terminamos mais uma parte da missão. A terceira parte a gente faz no próximo episódio. Espero que tenham gostado. Deixem um like, se inscrevam no canal e valeu!